Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Kristen Hansen and this is Goddess Imagine, a transformational yoga and modern metaphysical studio. Welcome back to the channel. And I'm here today with my annual Word of the Year event. This is an inspiring and life-changing experience that helps us to discover and deploy our dreams and goals for 2026. This class can offer a radical awakening, especially for individuals who feel overwhelmed or can typically check out whenever they begin to think about their future, who wish to feel excited and empowered about their upcoming plans for the future. While there's many different renditions of the Word of the Year that you can find online today, my particular class is broken down into several specific steps that helps my participants receive valuable insight and guidance throughout the entire goal setting process and into the new year. One thing that I've learned about making our dreams and goals a reality is that no one ever gets there by wishing and hoping for them to come true. The universe cannot deliver that which it doesn't understand or know how to manifest. Manifesting is a spirit-driven process. It's something that we have to feel and believe within our whole heart. We need to know exactly what it is that we want to make happen and then have a clear path on how to get there. Manifesting isn't magic. It's what supports and works alongside our individual plans of action. Saying that we want to become financially stable, to fall in love, to purchase a brand new home, to launch a new business, or whatever it is for you, means absolutely nothing to the universe. We must have absolute clarity on what exactly our dreams and goals are, what they entail, how they'll look and feel once we achieve them, what they'll allow us to do, and how they're going to move us forward. We also have to know what can potentially stand in our way, what traditionally trips us up whenever we decide to do something for ourselves. How can we prepare for and counter those blocks and obstacles, then create a powerful plan to make those dreams and goals a reality? And all of this is a very tall but necessary order. My Word of the Year event opens the doorway to help you start thinking about and envisioning your future. It begins to snap the mind, body, and spirit out of the funk that we've been stuck in for a very long time. It brings hope, positivity, and possibility to where there's been sadness and despair. This class reminds us that we were made for more. So I'm super excited to be here and to share this experience with you and perhaps open your internal doorway of opportunity and get you on the road to becoming the woman that you were created to be and manifesting the luxury lifestyle that you've always imagined. And just a side note, if you're here with me today, this is a divine message that you are on the right path. There are no coincidences. So I sincerely invite you to join me in this class today to see what's possible for you in 2026 and beyond. Of all the programs and classes that I offer, this is absolutely one of my favorites because I've done the work and I've personally experienced my own dreams and goals being manifested into reality, such as creating this business, buying our brand new home after we were renting for so many years, being able to furnish my home, finally having a wardrobe, plus so many more things. I am proof that you can do whatever you put your mind to. And before we begin, I have just a few tips to help you make the best of our time together. First of all, this class is something that you can do right now, right along with me as we go through this process step by step. Or you can listen along and then replay the class at a later date when you have more time, energy, etc. Traditionally, I offer this class on New Year's Eve or on New Year's Day, but you can absolutely take this class whenever you happen to come upon it because like I said, if you're here, right, the universe is calling you here for a reason. Plus, I traditionally offer like a 6-month refresher on this course to give us an opportunity to check in and see if we want to update our intentions or our Word of the Year or something else, right? We have to remember that our dreams and goals have life, and our goal setting and manifestation process is continuously evolving as well. As we up-level and transform, so do our aspirations. So it's okay to periodically check in and make some adjustments, but just not every day, right? Either way, for this class, you'll need a notebook or a journal, your favorite writing instrument, maybe a beverage, along with an open mind, about an hour of your time, and the ability to stick with the plan no matter what. So to begin, I'm officially naming 2026 as the year of the dynamic do-over. In fact, I have an entire program coming with that exact same title, so I wanted to borrow some of that energy for my Word of the Year event. And it's because there's been so much trauma and drama and damage and dysfunction in our nation and in the world around us that's left me feeling absolutely overwhelmed and exhausted. I am so sick and tired of waking up every single day wondering and worrying about what's going to happen next, as I'm sure many of you are as well. And all of that negativity can completely derail all of our good intentions because it's hard to stay focused when we have a worried mind. So lately, I've been feeling the call from Spirit to switch up our focus and direct our energy and our attention inwards towards ourselves, right? To deeply reflect upon our own life, to begin taking an internal inventory of the changes that we would like to make, and then create a powerful plan to move ourselves forward, right? We're not going to keep spending our energy out around everyone else. We're going to turn that energy inwards towards ourselves with a positive spin. So, as we go forward, in 2026, we are no longer playing small. In fact, we are creating a brand new era where we're putting ourselves and our dreams and goals first. We are ready to up-level and transform into the woman that we were created to be and to manifest the luxury lifestyle that we've always imagined. We are ready to release all of the negative people, places, and things that do not serve our highest good. We are taking our power back. We are about to be, do, and have all of the things that we've ever desired. In 2026, we are going to make shift happen no matter what. Because if not now, when? When? Listen, we're Generation X. We're not getting any younger. If you think that you're angry and pissed off now, just wait until you're dead in the ground with your dreams stuck in your chest, okay? Then you're really going to be pissed off. It's now or never. And while our individual dreams and desires may differ, we are aligned in our commitment to release the deeply ingrained trauma and drama that has held us back from achieving everything we've desired and make our dreams come true in 2026 and beyond. In today's video, we'll do the following. Experience a singing bowl session to ground, center, and focus our mind, body, and spirit. Reflect soulfully on 2025. Boldly envision our future for 2026. Set powerful intentions for the new year. Discover and designate our North Star. This is what's ultimately guiding us in the work that we do. It's why are we doing all of these things for, right? We'll choose our word of the year to inspire success. We'll learn what a modern vision board is and how it can help you quickly manifest your intentions. You'll receive a group tarot and oracle reading to receive additional insight, guidance, and support. You'll learn the importance of setting up and sticking with a stellar planner system. And then, of course, we'll wrap it up and end the class. So if you have anything that you need to do before we get started, you can go ahead and do that and come back when you're ready. Or you can stay with me and we will start. We start with step one, our singing bowl session. Now, a singing bowl is a powerful way to help us ground, center, and focus the mind, body, and spirit and begin to open up the chakras. I have to take off my rings because it causes the bowl to vibrate. Now, of course, if you're driving or something else, or you can't tune your attention to this right now, that's fine. You can just listen to the sound of my voice and the sound of the bowl. Otherwise, if you're able to, before we begin, we want to start by sitting up nice and tall in our seat. And this helps to align the spine. We stack our head over our heart, over our hips. And this also helps to get our internal energy moving. We don't want to be lying down. And this is what helps the energy of the singing bowl get in our system and begin to break up that negativity within our chakras. And once you get yourself in your seat and we're sitting up tall, we just want to take a brief moment just to quiet ourselves down and come into a place of internal awareness. And we can maybe put our hand on our heart and connect with ourselves deeply as we open ourselves for this experience and just being excited about what's possible for our future. And we can take a full breath in and we exhale. And you're welcome to keep your eyes closed during this if you're able. And it'll take just about a minute. And we just let that energy of the bowl sink in for a moment. We can take a deep breath in and exhale. Beautiful. And then we can open our eyes, come back to center. Next, we have step 2, which is soulfully reflect on 2025. In order to move forward in a positive direction, we have to know exactly where it is that we're coming from. The following are some contemplative questions that I invite you to seriously and honestly consider regarding yourself and your current lifestyle from 2025, okay? We want to look back with open eyes and not wish that things went a certain way, but authentically recognize how our life truly was, right? And you can write these questions down and journal them out later, or you can go right from the top of your head, whatever works best for you, okay? Number 1. What's your overall opinion of 2025? How do you feel about your year as a whole? What were your original intentions for 2025? What were your aspirations? Which of those did you achieve? Which of those did you not? Which moments made you feel most alive, accomplished, and proud? And how did those things positively impact your life? Where did you feel most stuck or disappointed? How did those things negatively impact your life? What are you most grateful for in 2025? Do you have any regrets? If you could change one thing, what would it be? And that's all. Very good, very good. And let's take a moment and just honor yourselves, okay, for doing that work and to being open and honest. And if things come to mind later, you can absolutely go ahead and fill those things in. This is an absolute awareness exercise, right? As the mind begins to hear these things, more stuff will come to you later. Don't be afraid to include those in this process. All right, let's move forward. Now, step 3, we boldly envision our future for 2026. Now that you've had a moment to reflect upon the past, let's take a moment to dream about our future. And we're going to do this in a few different parts. I invite you to dream big, to be open and honest with your intentions. Don't hold back because you think you can't do something or you can't afford it or there's no way it's never going to happen. Just let go of any preconceived notions and be in the moment. So let's pause here for a moment. We're going to recenter, refocus, maybe take a sip of your beverage, get grounded. Open up our mind, body, and spirit. And for this portion, I invite you to imagine a fully elevated version of yourself, actively thriving in 2026, living your very best life, and fully describe who you are as an individual. And of course, I have some questions to help get this ball rolling. When I say in my mantra, to become the woman that you were created to be, who is that woman? Aside from all the trauma and the drama and the damage and the dysfunction, who inside of you is ready to blossom and emerge? What types of changes or transformations do you wish to make in the upcoming year? What do you aim to accomplish? What do you want to achieve? How do you plan to up-level your health and wellness? What's the state of your finances? Are you growing your bank account, paying down debt? Are you investing? Are you expanding it? What about your financial picture? What type of changes would you like to make there? What's the status of your love relationships? Are you in one? Do you want out of one? Are you looking for a brand new one? What's on the love horizon for 2026? How is the relationship with your children, your family, or extended family? Is there anything that can be improved upon? Are there any cords that need to be severed? What's your plans in that regard? How do you plan to progress in your career? Or maybe is it time for you to think about retirement? How about your spiritual path? Do you have a belief system? How would you like to connect with your higher power and your spiritual team on a deeper level? How would you like to grow your spirituality? Do you have any personal enrichment plans like advancing your education, learning new things, maybe finishing a course or enrolling in a brand new course? Do you wish to have more personal time for yourself, to do the things that you enjoy, right? To set aside time just for yourself to do the things that you truly love? What about your personal image and your style, or your current hair care routine, or your skin care routine? Is there anything in 2026 that needs an up-level and transform in that arena, or maybe creating brand new routines for yourself? And you can choose as many of those things as you desire, and not all of these questions will resonate with each and every one of you, but again, they're just designed to get the ball rolling and to open up your mind and to begin thinking about 2026 as a whole, and then maybe trigger something inside of you like, oh yeah, I really need to do something about A, B, or C. Okay, it's all up to you. Now, in the same step, next, we're going to talk about your lifestyle and how you see you're living your life in 2026. And this is in regards how you're living your everyday life, right? Doing all of the things that exist outside of you personally. So when I say manifest the luxury lifestyle that you've always imagined, what does that mean to you as an individual? And I don't necessarily mean luxury as in having to buy all the brands or living in excess, unless you want to, and that's your vision, of course. But to me, the word luxury means not having to worry, okay? Luxury means that I'm comfortable, I'm at ease, I'm not freaking out every month, wondering how the mortgage or the bills or something else is going to be paid. Now, I do enjoy the finer things in life and I do strive to collect those things, but overall, my safety, my comfort, and my happiness is what I strive for first, and to me, that's the core of luxury. I'm at the luxury to just relax and enjoy myself in the moment. So we'll pause here for a brief moment, just recenter ourselves as we begin to imagine our lifestyle and the way that we've lived our life in the past year, and bring ourselves to that aspect of self. And then we begin to go forward. It's like I invite you to capture an authentic image of yourself as you get up in the morning and then go throughout your day, how you're doing those things, maybe on a daily, weekly, or a monthly schedule. I have like a hair, it keeps getting in my mouth. Oh my God. Okay. Question number 1 is, what does living a luxury lifestyle mean to you? All right. And then when you have time, describe everything that you're experiencing in that luxury lifestyle, kind of like how I explained what it meant to me. How do you flow through your days? What type of home are you living in? Do you own, rent, or lease? Are you looking to purchase perhaps a brand new home this year? Where are you living? Do you have a preferred location? Has there always been that place like, I want to move here, I want to live here so badly? Is that on your list for 2026? What does your home look and feel like, right? The decor, the feel of your home. What does it feel like when you wake up in the morning or you walk in the door at the end of the day? What type of vehicle or vehicles are you driving? How are you spending your free time? Do you like to travel? And if yes, where are you going in 2026? Or are you a homebody? How do you staycation? I like to staycation. What does fun look and feel like to you? Likewise, what does relaxation look and feel like to you? What type of authentic friendships do you have, and what are you doing together as a group? What type of venues are you visiting, or what type of restaurants do you enjoy eating at? Where are you shopping, and what are you purchasing? And again, if you have other ideas, that's cool. You can add those too. Again, these are just designed to get the door opening to possibilities. I also have a couple additional qualifying questions, right, to help you further imagine your new self and lifestyle in 2026. And number 1 is, what do you want more of? What do you want more of? What is good that you want more of? What new habits or routines do you intend to establish? What are you committed to making a priority in 2026? And the last one is a really good one too. This made me think. What is something that you can begin saying no to? I should have said so. What is something or someone that you can begin saying no to? All right, that was a big step. Give yourself a little round of applause. It's a lot of work to begin thinking about these things, right? And again, write your answers down, even if you have to come back. And I applaud you for getting in the ring and opening up the mind and even listening to what I have to say and get your mind going in that direction, because I promise that's the only way that we're going to get there. I have tried doing it every other way possible and it doesn't work. Next, we have step 4, setting powerful intentions for 2026. Now that we've had a chance to look backwards and ahead, it's time for us to choose a few things for us to focus on for 2026. And we'll begin with setting personal goals, okay? These are goals that pertain to us as individuals and the things that we wish to focus on for 2026. And I invite you to set and commit to at least one goal for the upcoming year. You can certainly do more. I have a few, but you want to set as many as that you can reasonably manage, right? There's a fine line. Yes, we want to dream big. Yes, we want to have lots of energy and we want to create the impossible, but there is a grounding element to it, okay? We want to set realistic expectations for ourselves so we can strive to meet or exceed our expectations. We don't want to get overwhelmed to the point to where we give up, so we have to find that balance. And remember, when I said I want to improve my finances isn't enough for the universe. What do these dreams and goals look like? What do they entail? What do we want to do? What action steps are involved? What are they going to allow us to do? Okay. And we don't have to have this all figured out right now. Again, we're just opening the door to our imagination. And to help you understand how this works, I'm going to share with you just a couple of my goals to give you an idea of how I do this process. Maybe you've come across people doing it differently, but after so many years of trial and error, this is what works best for me. And these are what I call my ground zero non-negotiable goals, which means I'm not allowing anyone or anything to intercept or impede my progress. I'm very intentional when it comes to this aspect. Number 1, I want to find and dedicate daily and weekly personal time. This is something that's very important to me. I have 0 personal time and I'm exhausted beyond measure. All right. And so what does this mean? And breaking this down just a little bit means I want to establish 1 non-negotiable hour per day and 1 day per week just for me to do the things that I enjoy. All right, so what is my action to get that done? My action is creating a daily, weekly, and monthly schedule in my planner that I can manage, which means I need to manage my time more effectively. Next, I have to commit to weekly planning sessions so I can maintain that hour a day and that day per week. I'm going to research what I can start to delegate as far as my business. I can begin to delegate chores around my home. I cannot make myself busy on purpose and then physically take the time, not rationalize that I have to do something else over here or feel guilty about this over there that I'm going to do and take my personal time. So why is this important to me? What is it going to do for me? Number 1, I can rest and relax. I need to rest. I'm very tired. It allows me to do the things that I enjoy. I can spend quality time with my spouse and not feel guilty. I can visit with my children. I can finally create my beauty and skincare ritual that I wanted to do. I want to build out a beauty space in my bathroom. I want to create my dream closet. Now that I have my beautiful home and I finally have a wardrobe of clothes I can wear, I want to make my house and my bedroom and my bathroom look beautiful. I want to get back to ghost hunting, paranormal investigating, and those other things that I enjoy, okay? And the list can change, but that's just an idea of what it looks like. I'll do one more. Number 2 on my goals is my finances. So if finance is something for you guys, this is what it looks like for me. Number 2, I want to radically redefine and expand my personal wealth, right? I spelled it out exactly what I want to do. So the actions that I have to take is, number 1, I have to take a course to release my money blocks. I need to release generational curses surrounding my scarcity issues. I have huge money blocks. I always have. It's something that I've struggled with my entire life, but in 2026, I'm doing something about it. I want to become a money magnet. I want to attract money as opposed to repelling it. Then I want to learn how to effectively manage that money. Okay, I want to research how to make a budget, how to manage, money more effectively. I want to earn $10,000 per month in 2026. Okay, that's just an example. Now, why do I want to do these things? Why is this important to me? I never want to worry about money again, and I never want to be reliant upon anyone for my survival. I'm lucky. My husband's very generous, and he has helped me out ever since we've been married. And in my first marriage, I had to rely on my husband. Even though I made money, I want to make more money. I want to become financially stable. I want absolute independence, that God forbid something should ever happen to my spouse. I know, and he knows, I can take care of myself. I want to actively contribute to our household, invest in our future, live comfortably, and enjoy the finer things in life. All right? So that's an idea. So when we think about what we're doing and why we're doing the things, we want to clearly define what the actions entail, and then what is it going to allow us to do. All right, now we shift to our lifestyle. Okay, what aspect of your lifestyle are you absolutely committed to experiencing in 2026? And we're going to do the same thing. And I'll share with you a couple of those ideas that I have. Number 1, I want to research and invest in dental implants. In 2026, I'm going to make this happen. My actions are call Nubia and schedule the consultation. Attend the consultation. See if I qualify for the implants. Inquire about the pricing and payment options. Plan my approach, and then make it happen. If you've been following me, my teeth have been an issue. I had a serious crossbite in 2018. At age 50, I got braces, and it aligned my whole face. Now I need to work at replacing my teeth. My teeth are very sensitive, okay? So why do I want to make this happen? I want to stop worrying about my teeth. I want a beautiful smile. So when I smile, I don't have retainers and all these plastic things in my mouth and these inserts for my teeth. I want to socialize with ease, not worry. I want to eat normal food. I want to enjoy the food. I want to go to a restaurant and be able to eat the food with everyone. We go to restaurants with my family and I sit there and I sip my drink. But essentially, I want my life back, okay? And getting my implants is going to allow me to do that and enjoy my lifestyle. The second thing on my list for my lifestyle is getting my motorcycle license and buying my bike. This is on my list, okay? So I need to call, this is something I've always wanted. I've always wanted a motorcycle, and before I physically can't with my arthritis, I want the bike. I have to call the Harley Davidson dealership. I have to go in and test ride that bike thing to see if I can do it. Price out the classes, then I have to take the class, earn the license, and then buy my first bike, okay? Why? It's something I've always wanted to do. This is a bucket list. This is a bucket list, okay? And before I physically can't, I want to be able to do it. I want to start my biker girl gang. I have big plans for that. I want adventure. I want to live my life. Okay, so that's an idea of what our lifestyle goals look like. And they can be as radical as you can imagine, but just go with the flow. And then, of course, I have some things that I call like my daily drivers. These are things that I'm working at all through the year, every year, no matter what. There's something that are always in my focus. And my first one is enriching my marriage, right? I have a good marriage, but we also have to work at our marriage. It's not necessarily a goal for me because I'm in a good place, but I want to keep that good energy going. So every single day I'm doing things and my husband does things that we can improve upon that. Number 2, I want to foster deeper friendships with my daughters, right? Now that they're older, I want to get into a different groove with them. Number 3, I'm working at beautifully maintaining my home. I'm learning about decorating, all of those kinds of things to enrich what I already have, all right? So that's an option for you as well. Now, we're going to come back to our seat. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to bring ourselves to center, draw our shoulders back. Maybe put our hand to our heart as we connect with ourselves deeply and open up our mind, body, and spirit to our possibilities in 2026. And begin to feel that level of excitement that if, time, money, or energy wasn't an option, what can you do? And let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, deep breath out. And then begin to write down your intentions. Write down all your goals. Write down the steps you have to take. It may take you a minute to research it. And then write down, what are those things going to do for you? What are they going to bring? And then we celebrate, because that is a big event. Most people will never click on this video. You are already doing your dreams and goals for 2026, because I promise you, if you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. You will be in the same place. Trust me, I've been there for years, stuck like a rock in mud. In 2020 was the year that broke me out of such a funk. I thank God that in a way things occurred the way that they did to snap me out of where I was and to get me on the road into yoga and to doing this whole brand new thing. All right, so now it's your turn. Be in the moment, listen to your soul, write the things down. And listen, if they aren't possible this year, you can have a 1, 3, and 5 year plan as well. All right. So step 5, now we discover and designate our North Star. This is our guiding light. It's like making a mission statement, okay? The North Star is a concept that represents our guiding light. This is what we're doing all of this for. What are our dreams and goals ultimately on a higher level? What are they going to allow us to do? This is the big picture of our life, okay? When we think about being able to up-level and transform into the woman that we were created to be and manifesting the luxury lifestyle that we always imagined, okay? What will those things ultimately allow you to be, do, or have? What is that going to bring you? Or maybe, or how are you going to look and feel once you've accomplished these things? And I'll share my North Star example with you to help get you down that road. My North Star is to create a purpose-driven business that emulates who I am as a woman, utilizes my gifts and graces to the highest extent, provides financial stability to where I never have to rely on someone else for money or my survival, to live comfortably, at ease, and make a powerful difference in the world around me while I do it. All right? It's just like a simple mission statement, but that becomes your guiding star, okay? It's very important to have a clearly defined purpose as to why you're doing all of these things. This acts as our guiding light, because when we get overwhelmed and life happens and God forbid tragedy or something, or when we're stressed or the relationship is breaking down or something happens, we still have that light, right? I can't think of her name, but she says, fuck your mood, stick with the plan. Fuck your mood, stick with the plan. Fuck what happened. You have a plan. This is you, whole person sitting here. You have a whole life. There are no extra people. You owe it to yourself to live the life that you've always imagined. If not now, when? When? Today's the day. You're here, boss. You're making it happen, okay? So we come back to center. We sit up nice and tall. We take a deep breath in. We align with ourselves. We take a moment. What are we doing this for? What are my dreams and goals going to bring me? Like I said with mine, right? I'm going to create a business. I get to use my gifts. I have financial stability. I'm at ease. I'm making a difference. Very simple things, all right? So we take a moment. We connect. We take a full breath in. Exhale, full breath out. And then we write down our North Star, okay? Next, we have step 6. This is where we choose our word of the year to inspire our success. Let me talk about a few things with the word of the year, okay? Now that we've done all the hard work, right, high fives all around us, now it's time to celebrate. We're going to seal the deal by selecting 1 to 2 words that when you see them or hear them, they're going to trigger you back into action and keep you on track. The word of the year is a popular practice that began a while ago. It's something that I've personally done for years. It's fun and it's inspiring, and it's an easy way to keep your dreams and goals center of mind, right? I took the word of the year concept and added 1 more word. So I do 2 words of the year. And to share with you an example of how I do it, I'll share with you a few of the combinations I've used in the past. For a couple years, I had elegance and excellence. I had magic and momentum. Last year was resurrection and radiance, right? There's more that I've done before. But the way I do it is the first word describes how I'm doing something, then the second word describes how I'm going to show up in the world, right? I do everything with elegance, and then I show up in the world as excellence, right? I do everything with my magic, and I keep going with momentum. I'm resurrecting, I'm rising, and I'm shining as I'm going forward, right? That's how I look at it. Of course, you're welcome to do the way you want, but that's what works for me. And then we want to go on to explain to ourselves why these words are important because, like I said, I want to say just a couple quick things. There's a lot of powerful words out there that we'll see like, oh, I like that one, I like that one, but they don't necessarily mean anything to me and you. They're just powerful words. So you may have a word that you may think is common or ordinary, but it's powerful in your process, right? So we have to be reasonable about thinking the words that we want to use. So for me, my words for 2026 are elevate and inspire. For me, I'm continuing to resurrect from the ashes, and I'm also expanding on my personal and professional growth, and I'm still radiant. But now I'm on more of a solid ground. I want to take the basis of where I am as a woman and further expand on those elements to become the highest version of myself and to manifest the type of lifestyle that I've always imagined. I want to be, do, and have to the very best of my goddess-given abilities. I want to tap in and trust my gifts and graces more wholly. I want to see who Kristen truly is. Okay? I've never had an opportunity to truly see what I'm capable of. I've had a lot of achievements. I've done some amazing things, but I've never experienced the highest version of myself, right? After all the things I went through my entire life, I was always busy with that or raising children or being a wife, whatever it is. But now I'm ready to see who I am. It's very big, it's very bold, very scary, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I want to truly see who and what I'm capable of becoming. And then I want to take that energy, right? I'm going to elevate myself, and I want to take that energy and then really share that more deeply with my followers and my students, right? To help really get them to understand what they're made of and what they can do when they really set their mind to something. All right, so that's my example. Now it's your turn to choose your word of the year. What word or words has special meaning for you, right? That's going to keep you going and on track. And some people say, well, I have 3 or 4 words. You can do as many as you want. But just like with our dreams and goals, we want to make sure that it's manageable. And we want to make sure it's something that we can remember. So when you're ready, we come back to our seat. Again, we sit up nice and tall. We ground ourselves down because this is important. And we don't want to just rush through it. You want to give yourself that time for something that's so important. This is your words of the year. We come back to center. We ground the mind, body, and spirit. And we can bring our hand to our heart as we maybe sit here and think about what words have special meaning to us. What words will move us forward in 2026? What words are inspiring or exciting? Or whatever that motivational term is for you. And we take a full breath in. Exhale, we breathe out. Beautiful. People always ask, why do you always breathe in and breathe out? It's because air gets the body moving. It gets the energy moving. When we're just sitting here stagnant, right? Ideas don't come to us. So as we're moving and we're breathing, it activates our creativity and our intuition. Next, we have step 7, learning what a modern vision board is and how it can help us to quickly manifest our intentions. Now that we have everything together, we got the word of the year, we have your intentions, all of the things. Now it's time to put it together to create your vision board, right? Designing a vision board is a powerful creative process and a dynamic tool that helps us to activate our intuition and our ingenuity while we gain clarity on what exactly it is that we want to achieve in the upcoming year, and then quickly manifest those results. Traditionally, the vision board process began a long time ago that typically involved cutting up magazines and pictures like that, and then cutting and pasting them and putting them on a poster board and then hanging them on the wall. And the belief was that every single time you saw your vision board, it was going to help you keep those dreams and goals point of mind, right? Which helps us to manifest and bring those dreams and goals into reality. And they work incredibly well. There's literally no limit to what you can achieve with a vision board. But now in modern times, the whole vision board process has completely up-leveled and transformed as well, right? Today, creating a vision board is almost like creating a work of art. Hear me out. We no longer cut out magazines and things like that because we really don't have those things anymore. So most of our vision board creation is done online. There's so many different ways that you can accomplish this. You can even find apps on your phone that you can pay for to help you with this process. But generally speaking, the process involves going online and collecting pictures, images, words, emojis, logos, and more that are a direct representation of what each of your dreams and goals are, or the way you wish to look and feel once you've accomplished them. And I use a tool, I use a platform, Canva, if you're familiar with Canva, and it's really great because they even have a template that helps you. They have a ton of templates. They have everything you need to create the most beautiful projects. And the trend is to make our vision board look like a work of art, not so much like a kindergarten project like they used to be, but something stellar and sophisticated, something that looks like we want to achieve it, okay? Canva has all kinds of fonts, colors, and images, and all those features to help you create an amazing vision board. And then once you design your vision board, you can download and print it. You can put it in a frame. You can put it on your desk. I know someone once that took just their word of the year and put it on Canva with a white background and made like an 11 by 13 image, put it in a black frame, and hung it on the wall. Stellar. They didn't even have any images. They just had the word of the year. So really, if you research this, there's a million different things that you can do with the vision board. You can use it as your screensaver. You can put it as your hello message on your phone. But what's important is that you want to make sure they're in your active vision. However it is you have, how many it is you have, you want to have that where you see that every day, several times a day. And some people will say like, well, what if I can't find a picture for what it looks like for me to have lots of money? You can literally find pictures of a mound of money, or maybe a bank, or what are you doing with your lifestyle? Right? Maybe finding someone that looks comfortable, someone who's at ease, maybe someone buying their Escalade. That's on my list as well. You know, whatever it is for you. Finding images of what it's going to look and feel like once you have that. Then you collect all those images. You put it together in your vision board. You can keep it online or you can download and print it. And you'll have that to look back on and carry you through the whole entire year. Just like the word of the year, just like our North Star, all of those things, they help us to keep on track. They layer. Okay, we have multiple layers. So if we get off track over here, we have something over there that's going to help get us back on our journey. One little word of caution with our vision board, okay? I don't invite you to put it online, because I did one year and then someone shit all over it and just had a lot of negative things to say. It's personal, right? It's our screensaver. It's on our phone. And I also don't invite you to share your dreams and goals with people that don't support you. If they're not in your well, if they're not for you, then don't share your dreams and goals, because chances are they're going to say something and that can derail your success. That's why I say my dreams and goals are non-negotiable. Nothing or no one is going to intercede or impede on my intentions. Okay? And you may say, well, I'm strong enough, but listen, I invite you to just take a word of caution in that arena. And then when you're done, if you like, you can email me at Kristen@goddessimagine.com and share with me your beautiful vision board. This is one of the most important parts of this whole entire class, because this emulates and it really gets you thinking about what you want to achieve, and it helps you to lay out and get a visual of what it's going to look like for yourself once you have it. It's truly a great experience. Next, we have step 8, which is our tarot and oracle reading. And this is also one of my most favorite aspects of this program. And a reading is important because it helps to give us additional insight, guidance, and support for our journey. It also shares with us, maybe typical blocks and obstacles that can come up for us, how we can overcome those blocks and obstacles, and how we can keep moving forward with powerful intent. All right. As we're beginning to wind down our process here, we have one more step up after this before we conclude. But let's just review for a moment what you've learned so far. We took part in a singing bowl session. We soulfully reflected back on 2025. You boldly envisioned your future for 2026. We set powerful intentions for the new year. You discovered and designated your North Star. You chose your word of the year to inspire success. You learned what a modern vision board is and how it can help you to quickly manifest your intentions. And now we're ready to receive our reading. Our final step will talk about our planning system. So here we're just going to take a moment, come back to center as we ground ourselves down and prepare for this reading. Open up our mind, body, and spirit to the universe and intend to hear the most inspirational messages. And we can take a full breath in and let's exhale. And today I'll be using the Joy to Bear deck by Paulina Cassidy. Super fun, super easy deck to use. I'd like to take a moment just to shuffle the energy. I know it can be a little hard on the ears, but it is a necessary evil here. I always feel bad, but it is what it is. Oops. These hands of mine. All right, one more time. Maybe one more. That one was kind of, there we go. That one was a little bit wonky. All right, here we go. So, we begin with card number 1, which is Temperance. Beautiful card. Now, for many people, temperance can represent having to have patience or, waiting for their moment or whatever the case may be. But to me, the temperance card means that you've been in limbo, that for the last year, maybe the last couple years that you've been in limbo. You're feeling like you're unable to make a decision. You're not exactly sure even what you want to do. You're kind of just lofting along, just going with the flow. And when you think about even anything, as far as a plan or a goal, you immediately become overwhelmed and shut down. I don't know if that has to do with part of what's going on in the world around us, or maybe just with you feeling chronically disappointed. All right. I feel that many people have experienced disappointment, letdown in the last couple years, as a community, but maybe even as a whole. And you've been afraid to make a decision. You feel worried about doing something different because maybe you'll be disappointed again. Maybe something's going to happen and it's going to knock you off course. course. Maybe a part of you feels like, what am I even doing this for? I just know that something bad is going to happen, right? And our current energy from the last year is telling us that, maybe I'm here just to see what's possible, but inside you're still withholding that limbo in your heart. This card is calling you to recognize that you've been feeling that way, that you've been feeling stuck and in limbo, and that you're now going to release that feeling. You're going to let go of those thoughts that you have, that perhaps you can begin to adopt a new mindset, that things that are in the past are going to stay in the past. And this includes bringing up things from the past. Maybe something has happened recently that you keep reliving, or maybe you keep reliving your whole entire life, okay? That whenever you start to get going good forward, you'll begin to think of something that happened, and then that, right, it sabotages the success that you're having. So 2025 represents that feeling of limbo, okay? That's where we're at in this moment, really not feeling certain on what it is that we want to do going forward. Okay, now, our current energy that we can adapt for the new year. This is the Hanged Man, okay? Also can be similar. Some people can adapt this card or read this card as taking time out to think, hanging out for a while. But if you look, this individual has a smile on their face. They already know what they're doing. They're at ease. They're at peace. They're not worrying. They have free time. They have free time to sit here. They've already done the contemplating. They've already done the thinking. They're relaxing. They're enjoying themselves. They've already taken care of the work. All the hard work is over. When we think about our energy coming into the new year, we want to look at it with optimism that we've already got things handled. We have a plan. We're going to overcome the obstacles. We're going to stop all the misery. We're going to stop the dysfunction. We're doing something different, and we're going to have time to do the things that we enjoy. We're going to be comfortable. We're going to be at ease. And being that these are both major arcana cards, it's telling me that 2026 is going to be a year that could be offering us some challenges, but also now more than ever, the universe is telling us we got to get loaded up and we have to prepare. All right. Things are going to change and we are going to go forward. Listen, you can go powerfully or you can go being dragged. You get to decide. All right. I'm going to go with my plans and I want to go with ease. Next, we have card number 3. Card number 3 is, how do we want to feel in 2026? When we think about our energy, our mood, our level of enlightenment, how do we want to feel as we're going through all of these changes and transformations? And we have the King of Wands, all right? The King of Wands is the king because he's already done all of the things. He's mastered all of the elements of himself and he is free to enjoy himself. If you see here, he is riding in, he is celebrating, he is enjoying himself, he is happy. The wands represent creativity, ingenuity, ideas, starting new things, having that ingenuous mindset of wanting to create new and better for ourselves. When we think about the King of Wands, we're thinking about living at a high level. We're setting high expectations, but our energy, how we want to feel, we're ready to live at a higher level. We've had enough of living within the muck. We want to start living as a king. We want to ride around enjoying ourselves like this. Maybe not looking as crazy, maybe a little bit more elegant, but this is a playful deck, okay? And it allows us to think outside of the box and not take life so seriously. Our energy can be light. Our energy can be playful. Listen, people like you and I have been so serious and just so ingrained in that trauma and drama that fun is new. We don't know what that means yet, okay? But coming up in 2026, we can adapt that energy. We can do this. Card number 4. What potential blocks and obstacles can stand in our way? The Hierophant. Ooh, very powerful card. Number 1. This card tells us, now the Hierophant is someone who is very established, very set, very educated is the Hierophant. If you see her, she wants for nothing. However, the Hierophant reminds us that in regards to blocks and obstacles, that we may not feel good enough. we may not feel good enough or that we're worthy of success, okay? Because the Hierophant is very well studied, well-mannered, well-versed, very well equated. And there's many of us that may not feel like that. There's some people that haven't received their high school education. Listen, the only way I graduated high school is I had to take summer school, 9th grade, 10th grade, and 11th grade. 2 classes. And I had to do full semesters, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. High school sucked for me, but I did it. And maybe, even though you've accomplished things and you've done things, oopsie, I hit my bowl, maybe you don't feel worthy of this success. Maybe there's a part of you sitting here and listening to this, but there's half of your mind that's still sitting back there saying, wow, this looks like fun, but I don't really think I'm worthy of that. Snap out of it. Just snap out of the nonsense. Each and every one of us is worthy of love, happiness, abundance, and prosperity. Every single one of us. There are no extra people. And when your block or obstacle comes up that you feel you're not good enough, or that you're not worthy, or that you can't compete, or whatever it is that you tell yourself, I invite you to clap your hands together and smack yourself out of it, because you are. Listen, if I can crawl myself up out of the things that I have to even sit in this chair today, I know you can do whatever you set your mind to. All right? Don't let these things hold you back. Card number 5. How do we overcome these blocks and obstacles? When we begin to feel that energy, besides clapping our hands, what can we do to counter that? Look at all these major arcana cards. We have the Sun. Beautiful card. Beautiful card, right? Every day is a new day. If you have a day that you absolutely fuck up and you fall apart, that things didn't go well, that everything fell to shit, guess what? There's a new day. And my husband reminds me of this often, because I recorded this class and it was an absolute disaster and I was so down on myself. And you know what he said? Tomorrow's a new day. Just do it again. And it was so just preposterous because I was so upset it didn't go the way that I wanted to. And I'm like, you're right. And I walked in my room and I changed out of my dress and I did something else. I still felt bad. But the thing to remember is tomorrow's always a new day. Just because it doesn't go right today doesn't mean that it's not going to go good tomorrow. And success is practice. Learning how to up-level and transform is practice. It's taken me years of being on this journey. I began my transformational journey in 2012 when I went to college, okay? In 2020 is when I became a yoga teacher. I was taking all those active steps. I still am every day. It takes a long time. We did not amass all of this trauma and drama overnight. We're not going to release it overnight either. It's not an excuse. It's a reminder that when those feelings that we're not good enough, we're not worthy creep in, that we have to remember tomorrow's a new day. We just start over. Don't beat yourself up. Just know you can stay on this path. You have your dreams, your goals, your word of the year. You have your North Star. You have your vision board. Hold it close to you. Start associating with positive people. Connect with your spirituality. Start doing my yoga classes. I'm going to start doing videos during the week of just coming on and doing coaching, right? Get connected with positive people. You can do this. Next, we have card number 6. What do we need to remember for the journey? Okay, what's an important point or something for us to keep in the center of our mind as well as we go on this new experience? The 8 of Cups. What a happy little card, the 8 of Cups. Look at her. She's just floating through air, so happy, so light. That's the message that I get from this, is to be light. Okay? Don't be so heavy. When the question is, what do we need to remember for this journey, is to be light. Like I just said, we have been so heavy in the mire, going through the things. No doubt we have a lot of trauma and drama, a lot of damage and dysfunction, and a lot of deep, dark negativity wound through us. But every day we let go of a little bit more. Every day we let go of another person, place, or thing that doesn't hold our highest good. The Eight of Cups remind us to be wishful, to be mindful, to be intentional, to be light, to not be worried about the day-to-day trauma and drama, to not get caught up in the minutia, to not get caught up in your own mind, to be confident in who you are. When we look at where we're at in this moment, we're feeling that we're in limbo. In 2025, we're snapping out of that. Our current energy for the new year, we're at ease. We have time. We're peaceful. When we think about how we'd like to feel, we want to be like a king. We want to enjoy ourselves. We want to be excited. When we look at our potential blocks and obstacles, how we may feel that we're just not good enough, but we are. There are no extra people. Like there's not a group over there that's like just those people are successful and these people over here just take up space. That's not a thing. It's not real. Okay? You are the Hierophant. You are worthy. When we talk about how to overcome those potential blocks and obstacles, tomorrow is a new day. We just keep trying again. We do it again every day. We wake up, we have a fresh perspective, and God bless, it's hard. I tell you, there's some days I wake up and I just don't know how I'm going to do it. I just don't know. But I have to. I have to pull it together. I don't have a choice. I have a business. I have my followers. I have a spouse. I have children. I got a grandbaby. Okay? I'm 58 years old. If not now, when? I'll be 60 in February. Come on, y'all. And then when we think about what do we need to remember for the journey? To be light. To be light. Don't get caught up in the minutia. Now, I have one final card for our goddess card here, and for that, I'm using the Gaia Oracle. And I just want to draw one card, one spiritual support message from the goddess within us. I can't shuffle these with my cards very well. My hands are so arthritic. I struggle sometimes. Okay, so our goddess card from the Gaia Oracle. This is the deck. Okay. The card that we have is reflection. It says illusion, self-examination, and distortion. Okay. And this ties in beautifully with our reading. As you see here, okay, when we hear the word reflection in relation to this card of illusion, self-examination, and distortion, we want to look at us, our goals, our reality, everything with clear eyes, to not allow ourselves to paint the situation any darker than what it already is, okay? When you struggle with trauma and drama and damage and dysfunction, there's no doubt that we can have a distorted viewpoint, right? That not everything is as it truly is. I have body dysphoria disorder. When I look in the mirror, I see an overweight woman. I know that it may not be what everyone else sees, but my damage is so deep that I see this painfully ugly and twisted distortion of myself in the mirror. It's better. But this card calls us to remind us to see things exactly as they are. Don't add to it. Your inner goddess is telling you you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're brave, you're bold, and you're badass. You have everything that you need for this journey. Not to let yourself get caught up in some reflection or some image of yourself that's not real. You are becoming a brand new vision of yourself. You may not recognize yourself because it's new. It's new, and others around you are not going to begin to recognize you as well. And if you have the naysayers that come in that want to remind you of this, that, and the third, they mean nothing to us. We are keeping ourselves on point as we come into this new year in 2026. You have everything you need to succeed. You have everything you need. You are going to make shift happen in 2026. So I hope that this reading helps you. I do them nearly every day because I need this insight on the regular. All right, let's get ready to wrap things up. We come into step 9. And let's just pause here for a moment. Let's just pause and just let that reading take residence for a second as I scoop up my cards. Give yourself a moment to breathe. Take a sip of your water. And as we come into our step number 9 here, we just regroup, regather for a moment, and just take that all in. Whew. Let's pause for a breath. Let's just breathe for a moment. And exhale. Beautiful. Our last step in the process is step 9, setting up and sticking with a stellar planning system. This is also very important for our journey. If you know me, you know that I'm big on using planners. Some of my favorites are Sterling Ink, the Happy Planner, Moterm, and a few others. There's also countless online options, right? So you'll have to decide what works best for you. I use Sterling Ink and Happy Planner, but I also use Notion. Well, I'm learning to use Notion as what I'm calling my second brain, okay? But committing to a planner system is what gives you the space, the framework, and the ability to plan out exactly what you want to accomplish, how you're going to do it, and what's going to happen when you achieve it. It also gives you components to write down and to track your progress and to fill in all those little things that are necessary for the journey. Successful people don't manage things in their mind, they manage things in a system. They develop a strategy that they tap into every single day to make their dreams and goals a reality. That's why I say manifesting isn't magic. You have to put real work into that which you wish to achieve. And the final part of it is having a system to do this work in, right? Now, trust and believe. I've tried to do it, holding it all up here. It's an absolute disaster, especially if you have ADHD like me, okay? So, it doesn't matter the brand, the style, or price. More is not better, okay? You can invest in the most expensive planner that was ever created, or you can use a 3-ring binder from the Dollar Tree, all right? It doesn't matter. Either or, whatever you want to work best for you. I find less is more, because when I start using stickers and the washi and all that crap, it's too much for me. I'm overwhelmed and I end up making a mess, which means I don't want to use my planner. So for me, simple is better, okay? I strive for simplicity. So when we get all these things down, maybe you want to try it again, going over it again, reflect on 2025. We envision for 2026, okay? We start to set our intentions. We create our North Star. We're choosing our word of the year. We are creating our vision board, all of these things. You can begin by writing all of these things down in your planner. If you don't have a planner right now, use a pad of paper, or maybe you're like me and have no less than 25 to 30 planners sitting in your closet that you never even touched. Maybe this year is the year you become a planner girl. Maybe, I don't know. But I have my Sterling Ink on the way. I have part of it. I have the inserts that I ordered, but I'm sticking with Sterling Ink this year, and I'm going to do videos on that as I get them. So our final step in our process, okay, is choosing and committing to a planner system, writing everything out that you've learned in this class, and begin to map out your future for 2026 and beyond. I know it's a big challenge, but I sincerely invite you not to miss this very, very important part of our class. And once you begin to get things on paper, this ignites the universe and says, oh my God, this girl is serious, right? Now the universe knows what you're willing to do. That's why I say manifesting isn't magic, all right? And lastly, we have step 10, which is the wrap up and release. I'd like to take a moment and just applaud you for being here with me today. I am so proud of you for being in this class today. I am so proud of you for staying this time and doing all of this work. And I truly hope that you found this class beneficial, that you found something positive that you can work with in 2026. I just want to remind you that you can do anything that you set your mind to. Like I said in the beginning, you coming here today is not a coincidence. The universe is calling you to do something powerful for yourself in 2026 and beyond. And just remember, in 2026, we are taking our power back. We are creating a brand new era where we are putting ourselves and our dreams first. You and me, we were made for more. In 2026, we are committed to making shift happen no matter what. So thank you very much for joining me. If you have any questions, you can message me at kristen@goddessimagine.com. I have almost 30 yoga classes in my channel here. If you'd like to tap into any one of those, of course, you're more than welcome. Also, I have a brand new program coming up in 2026, the year of the dynamic do-over, plus a lot more fun and exciting things. And I look forward to getting to know you and helping you become the woman that you were created to be and manifesting the luxury lifestyle that you've always imagined. Thank you very much, everyone. Happy New Year. Brightest blessings. I truly wish each and every one of you the very, very best. Namaste, everyone. Thank you very much, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful year. Thank you.